Ring on the shit phone. It ain't was resistant, you don't got the fucking phones. Thinking I am history, but my presence has grown. Welcome to my home. Your network is going to be my home, Josh. This is the day that we are doing. Welcome, everybody. My name is Eric Taylor, Barricade Cyber, jamming out on some nerdcore, like I like to do when I'm doing my bug bounty, when I'm doing my penetration testing, and of course, when I am doing red versus blue, and I am playing as a blue team, ladies and gentlemen, against Josh Mason, that is playing as a blue team. So we're going to be doing a head-to-head combat. Um, so we're going to knock this thing out. We're going to try to get it, go in for the W. We're going to try to get this thing knocked out. Just for a programming note, just let everybody know, we're not doing the chat feed on here because ThreatGEN is watching our play. So we will be going back, or ThreatGEN wants to go back and forth between the two particular games and wants to see, or wants to be able to do the esports play. So hopefully this will be a good match. Never really seen Josh Mason play red versus blue, so there's a couple of wild variable cards that are going on here. Don't know his current tactics or anything like that. So it's just as a programming note, we are in the green room. So just working out a couple things there. While we're doing that, I am going to play some more nerdcore because I need to stay pumped up. I'll probably get a ban on this, but I don't care. Checking your ports, I'm scanning for access, enumerating services, better apply your patches. I'll start exploit DB knows what the hack is. Yeah, you need to fortify heavily. I see your database services in version 1 SFB. You know what this dirt will do. Payloads I'm eternal, you is quad full will make you sad forever. That's eternal blue. Yeah, dumping ashes when I'm loading up that Mimi cat. Pressing my boy John, see how many he can crack. I smash and I grab on that lateral pass. Ain't moving bloods when I say that I'm passing the hash. I'm a strip kitty, the ain't the level I'm on. I'm a snake drummer, watch me dance around some Python and generate shell code for services I find on your network. Pop a shell, I get right on. Your network security level way. So just a programming note for everybody. Yes, we are jamming out on a little bit of nerdcore. Listening to a rapper called Ohm. But we're kind of working on a little bit of a technical issue. Apparently, Josh Mason does have his room started up, but I currently do not see his room right now. So if ThreatGEN is actually watching this, I'm not seeing his particular room right now. I think he has his room up, but I don't see it. So we are waiting to solve that technical issue at the moment. And once that gets done, then we are going to be going straight into the competition. So while we're doing that, let's go on with some more YouTube violations. Nothing can stop us, we'll find our way around. Taking over your DC, nothing is safe now. This might be your network, but it's our domain now. Your network security level way down. Nothing can stop us, we'll find our way around. Taking over your DC, nothing is safe now. This might be your network, but it's our domain now. DNS fully qualified, but your admin's not. ASP.net, you deserve a ride. It's on my grown, my neck until these fucking routes drop. Tell the ATF that this arm brace not to stop. Maybe Draco with the pops go. So just say thank you to the Strike Channel Strikes Ahoy. That's right, Jack. Yeah, I do. According to the green room, his room is up. For some reason, I am not seeing it. I do know Clint is digging into it. So I don't know. A little bit of a technical issue. So we go play, of course, multiplayer. Then we do the internet, and his room is typically right up there. That would show, but for some reason it's not showing. We do see this because we do have a company corporate account for here at Barricade Cyber. So I do know sometimes they do slip us into our own private. So when me and my team are playing each other, those matches are kept privately. Me and Joseph was playing, yesterday in preps for this, so it may have slipped me back into my own private situation. I don't know. So yep, Aaron, we have been able to confirm the technical issue. So I guess when me and my boy Joseph was playing yesterday, so I'm going to minimize this, get rid of this real quick. I have to completely log out of the portal and log back in. So this will be just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry for the delay, but on with the channel strikes because I don't care. Like I talk a lot, but I ain't never say shit. I don't fucking trust the cops, so I can never be a snitch. Give it to the poor, the resources we stole it from the rich. Catch me creeping around, lay a two on your quote. Fat man, happy dance. You never heard of those. I'm on the Willy Wonka, got the golden ticket turtle roast. You actively blind, untap me at lines, homie. All your unsecure traffic is mine, homie. While your boss browsing porno in the workday. No good, he about to catch a virus in the worst way. He's staring at a lot of chicks, but all I'm getting out of it, that's not his peeping, is mining Monero with some JavaScript. And I bet he won't like that. I've been trying to get paid to open my report, and I'ma write that and show the impact of an attacker and put him on the right track. I'll advise you invest in a HIDS or a NIDS or a fly IPS. Gotta firewall your ports and deny the egress, or I'll deliver a payload right to your chest. Your network security level way down. Nothing can stop us, we'll find a way around. Taking over your DC, nothing is safe now. This might be your network, but it's our domain now. Your network security level way. All right, so I am told it is fixed. I'm trying to get logged into the ThreatGEN channel right now. Seems to be a little bit of a hickey-do here, trying to get this thing going. Jack Scott, where is the bacon? Sorry, Smiley. I did not get a chance to bake up the bacon before this one. I really, really wanted to have that so that way I could be munching on it. It does seem to be a little slow to load. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So come in here, play. Turn off that sound because I really don't want it. And I do see Josh. Woohoo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are, I think, ready to kick this thing off. So again, if you're just joining this, hey, what's up, Joel? What's going on? What's going on? We are going to wait for the blue team to start. So we are again challenging Josh Mason, aka Bacon, against Red versus Blue. And hopefully we'll be getting started in just a moment. I will be playing the red team, the threat actors, as I was jamming out to the nerdcore, getting ready. Definitely, those who are watching, please, give shout out sponsorship or shout outs to the sponsors. You got Simply Cyber, of course, us, and the wonderful folks at ThreatGEN for putting this thing on today. Right. So, my tech is going to be pretty simple for the most part. We are going to go ahead and recruit some hackers for the start of this thing. We're going to do a little bit of ONISTing or OSINT, and we're going to go strong with our electronic CE. Most of the game, we're going to keep those things there so that way ThreatGEN can actually see what we're doing. Because sometimes they go back and forth and stuff like that. So we'll end this turn and kick it off to them. So that way they kind of see, again, we're going to keep that up there. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We got total of 5 viewers here, at least on the YouTube. This is crazy that we got so many people watching. Thanks for joining. Please click and show your action. It helps us. Yep. So yeah, Jerry, I was just mentioning that to Jerry. All right. So we are back. No big hurries. We are, one step of 3 of our recruiting hackers. We are doing some OSINT. We are doing, electronic SE searching, right? So we're going to kick this thing back over. I've gone through this thing several times. So I've got the first around 10 steps pretty defined on what I really want to do. So we'll just kind of, we'll kind of go at it, right? So we'll advance our electronic SE a little bit more. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's do some host scanning. We'll kick this thing back. And we'll kind of keep that up for them, right? So kind of see what's happening here. Hope everybody's doing good. Where's everybody at today? Who y'all pulling for? Naturally, I mean, I know a lot of people are sitting here and sitting probably in ThreatGEN and in Bacon's room. So we did get our hackers. Hallelujah. So here we go. Let's start with our actual attacking, right? So we've been doing, with our first steps, we've been doing a spear phishing attack with a waterhole campaign, really doing that 1-2 punch, trying to hurry up and get some people done. So what I've been doing in these setups is normally when I'm doing certain attacks, I will actually separate them according to their network status or their network octave, the third octave. So in this particular case, 10.0.185, as they separate their stuff, then we could be good to go. I can kind of see where the stuff is. But in this particular attack method that I'm doing, we are actually going to do unknown devices that have been compromised toward the middle, and the ones that I'm just done with over on the left-hand side. So that's kind of the tactic right now. Again, we got the water holing going. We got the spear phishing attack going. We're going to, double up. We're going to maximize that electronic SE as much as we can. Really maximizing those resources. We did get that nice early win of recruiting additional hackers, which makes my tactic a whole lot easier when we want to go through this thing, right? So boom, we've already got one pivot. We've already got one compromised asset. So in this particular one, we will put him right there. We will end our campaign. And this is where some of the real magic and the real fun begins in this type of attack, right? So we end it, and I'm going to run the gamut on this particular workstation. I'm going to try to affect his P&L as much as I can on each workstation, and we're going to rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Tips to I don't want to call anybody out, but there is a tip, the hat to someone who shared this technique. I kind of knew about 90% of it, but there was definitely, we did have another compromise. Pivot was removed, access was cut off. So, okay, so we did have one, but now we got a different workstation, which is okay. It's no big deal, right? So we're going to go ahead and hammer it out. Exfiltrate, harvest credentials, install disruptive malware, and pillar data, right? That's all of our stuff that we're going to do. We're going to run the gamut on this particular workstation. That's kind of why I do this particular thing, right? Again, unknown, we don't know what those assets are. We could probably get into that, a little bit later. The ones that we are working on, and as we get done, we will move them over to help clean it up, right? So, boom, we got our credentials. It looks like everything else failed. So we did exfiltrate data. Very nice, very nice. So that's going to be a loss on his P&L already, right? Before I go back into the next campaign, I want to try to hit this thing up one more time. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And with that 2 extra ones, I'm just going to, again, I'm going to maximize that electronic social engineering. We're going to end it. We'll go back. If this fails again, then guess what? I'm gonna do it again. Joseph, no, not on this one. There is another technique that I've been working on to do the password attacks called Greg's Wild Ride. So, all right. So these guys, it did fail. So, I'm kind of done with this guy at the moment. So I'm going to move him over here, like I said. And, we got the 5 again. We got, so this one's going to come up. I want to hit it really, really hard. So, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. That leaves me my 2. And where is, default credentials. We're going to make that play for it, right? My main thing is I want to be able to have all the resources for the best spear phishing attack on them. So all these things are going to come up and they're going to be done on the next turn. So that way I have all 5 or all 7 of my hackers available for me to fire up that next attack. And that's what my ultimate plan is. Again, we're going to go in, we're going to do what we got to do and try to steal what data we can, affect his P&L, and go from there. So now we got all 7. And here we go at it again, right? So I'm going to do email spear phishing because we did get those credentials. That's going to take up everything, right? So we're gonna go back at it. And again, this is kind of my tactic, right? This thing is really, really easy to go through, and a lot of threat actors will do this, right? Especially if you're in a targeted scenario. Your threat actors are going to be coming after you. They're going to be keep hitting you. They're going to keep doing what they got to do to get inside of your infrastructure. They're going to try to get that data for that double extra extortion, for the name and shape and sending off all your stuff, right? So we'll kind of go from there, right? That's kind of the whole plan and the whole technique, and hopefully this will come through. So boom, we got another successful compromisation. We're going to go ahead and end our campaign because we don't have any threat actors. So we're going to go back and then we're going to run the gamut on this next one. We're going to try to affect the P&L one more time. If I don't feel that this is causing enough of a P&L hit, then we may need to go in and do a little bit of password attacks and stuff like that, because it will be still a little early in the game, but we'll see. I definitely don't want to be like Jerry and just kind of pivot so much, right? So exfiltrate, harvest credentials, disrupt malware. Let's pipe for some data. Let's get it. This one right here, we'll probably try to come back in and try to see if we can't get that one to actually install, because there is in this game a tactic where you have to let this thing cool down a little bit, so that way you can be able to go back at it, kind of like on the blue team when you're trying to get budget, things of that nature. All right, so everything. Oh, so we did exfiltrate data. All right, so we'll try her again, right? When you first fail, try and try again, young Padawan learners. And he is being just aggressive. All right, so I'm going to leave that one to cool down. I'm going to come in. I'm going to do this. And we are going to do some weak password just because I want to. If I need to shift, I want to make sure that my passwords are there. Hopefully, they are not. They have not been changed by Josh yet. He's not that far ahead in the training. So we'll see how this goes, right? So that's failing. Everything. We got a sea of red. You know what? No, I don't want to tip my hat yet. We're going to do this again. Do this. We'll do this. And I'm going to do a host scan. I'm still doing the tactic. I'm still doing a campaign. But I want to see what else is out there. Boom. We got another one. We just got another one, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here we go. But unfortunately, these things are. Oh, that was the first one. So this one must be a remote user. So let's go ahead and install that destructive malware. This guy again. We're kind of done with it for the most part. Successfully compromise an asset. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all see what I see? Do you see it? Come on. In this, let's get this thing done. Give me the resources I need. I want to talk the PLCs. I'm going after them. This is a lucky strike. We are going to damage that ICS. Your domain is mine now. Pivot available. We're just compromising assets. That's all we're doing. And we're just going through it. I don't care. We got the pop server. We're just compromising assets. Red team for the win. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Persistence. Sooner or later, you will pop them. Sooner or later. That's all it comes down to. Relentless E is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We did this at 20 turns. 20 turns. This is something for you guys to take in mind. I'm not trying to toot my hat when I say this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really not trying to toot my hat. But when you look at a cybersecurity firm that does MSSP and digital forensic sensor response, you got to be able to know that person that you're dealing with can do both sides of the fence, that they can do the red team, they can do the blue team, they can do these things. So that way they understand both things. They understand how you get hacked and how to protect yourselves. Even if you don't call Barricade Cyber, find yourself that company that will do that for you and protect you and your organization. But with that said, everybody jump on over to the ThreatGEN channel. We are going to do the post brief on this thing, and we'll kind of go from there. Thanks everybody for joining. I am a little disappointed. I kind of wanted this thing to go a little bit longer just to be a little bit more enticeful, but hey, I guess when you're relentless E, you're relentless E. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.
There once was a kid whose passwords laid across all sites. They were the same, a criminal, then found their fame by taking that data to go. Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account and go.